presidential primary has been oh so much spicier with Donald Trump there, hasn't it? And everyone's out there now trying desperately to get noticed. One way to do that is to make a video and make it go viral. And since that's what we're all about, we're going to talk about that. Back with me again to watch a few of these fun videos is provocateur and rabble-rouser Wayne Allyn Root. What are you going to do when your initials literally spell out war?
Exactly.
You're going to be a rabble-rouser.
I am the power of relentless. Some people call me the poor man's Donald Trump.
I think most people would like to be as poor as you.
But compared to Donald Trump, I am poor.
Compared to Donald Trump,
it's true. We're all poor. Every one of us is poor.
And I love what he said about, I want everybody in America to be as rich as me. Heck yeah. It doesn't have to be that only one guy is that rich. Like, lots of people in America can be rich, and the middle class has so diminished over the last 20 years. I believe he can bring that back.
Once again, back to my dad's wisdom. My father, the butcher, used to say the Republican Party, the key is they can't be the party of the rich. They've got to be the party of anyone who ever wants to be rich or their kids to be richer than them. And I thought that was great wisdom.
That's such great wisdom.
Here's the advice I gave to Donald Trump. This is the most important advice I ever gave him. The issue isn't Hispanic rights or gay rights or women's rights or African American rights. It's African American jobs, Hispanic jobs, gay jobs, and women's jobs. If you stick to that 24 hours a day, you'll win the election. You're the guy, whether they like you or hate you, even if they resent you, even if they find your comments offensive, if you're the one that will give them a job and make their middle income rise, their middle class income household rise,
and talk some
boom,
smack
they're the
to
candidate.
the enemies that are threatening them. That's another part of it.
You mean like Obama? Is that what you mean?
No, yeah. I mean like Iran.
Iran, ISIS, and Obama? Is that what you mean?
Yes,
the
exactly.
triad of evil?
Exactly. Okay, we are going to check out this video. One of the first, Wayne, to go viral during this election season. This one is produced by BuzzFeed and is starring Senator Ted Cruz. Here he is doing his best, and I love these people. I love all of them. I love Ted Cruz too. Best Simpsons impression. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Ted. With Harry Shearer retiring, I'm auditioning for any part I can get in The Simpsons. Smithers, release the hounds.
Pretty good at that.
Excellent. Hidely ho, neighbor. Oakley dokley, neighbor, you know? One of the great exchanges.
He's best at that.
But Dad, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat animals. But Lisa, animals are so delicious. There's the animal we get bacon from, the animal we get ham from, the animal we get sausage from. Dad, that's all the same animal. Oh, sure, Lisa. A magic animal that all the wonderful foods come from. Kang and Kodo.
Gotta love Ted Cruz. All right, what do you think of that? You got to give it a rating, scale of 1 to 10 on the Wayne Allyn Root scale.
The whole key is branding. And Ted Cruz's brand is not a friendly, happy, smiling brand. So you do that to make people realize you're a human being and you're funny and you've got a good sense of humor. And so he gets an A for breaking the mold.
Okay, but was the Ned Flanders part just a little too close?
It was all on, spot on, as they say. Spot on.
I loved it. All right, Rand Paul, he wanted some of the viral video action, and so he released a video that had its time as a big trender. Here's what Rand Paul says he wants to do to the tax code.
Hey, I'm Rand Paul, and I'm trying to kill the tax code, all 70,000 pages of it. If you want to know more about my plan to have a one-page tax code, a one-page tax return, flat tax of 14.5%, go to randpaul.com and you can learn more about it.
All right, so Wayne Allyn Root, taking Rand Paul's advice, how would you destroy the tax code? Which one of those implements would you use?
I do the ISIS method. I put it in a cage and set it on fire. I think that would be the best thing for our tax code. No, I'm all with Rand Paul. I think it's great. His campaign has not caught any traction at all. Rand's a great guy, just like Donald endorsed this book. My last book was Murder of the Middle Class, who was on the cover, Rand Paul. So he's been very nice to me, just not catching fire. And I think the key is no one's catching fire because Donald Trump is eating all the oxygen in the room.
And I don't know if you follow my cousin Trevor Loudon, but he has this idea of building a cabinet out of all of the different presidential candidates. And I love the thought of Rand Paul on a cabinet.
Trevor Loudon, the New Zealand guy, is your cousin.
We claim that.
Oh, you claim
neither of us
that,
have a
okay.
clue, but we spell our last name the same, so we think we're cousins.
Well, Trevor was a VP candidate in New Zealand. I was a VP candidate for the Libertarian Party here in
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
And we've spoken at events together. He's a great guy.
He is a
and
great
I think
guy.
we're the two guys who use the same word at all times to describe what I call the enemy of patriotism. Communists, not
Communists.
liberals.
Yeah.
They're commies.
Well,
Doesn't
there's a
anyone
girl or
get
two
that?
that use those terms too. Then there was Lindsey Graham. He's had a really hard time getting noticed until he got into a fight with Donald Trump. Then, after the Donald released his private cell phone number to the world, and I personally thought it was hilarious. He made this video that went viral. Now, I noticed that there is no target practice. He could have done a little target practice with that cell phone, but he didn't. Does that speak to the squishiness of the Lindsey Graham spine, Wayne?
Lindsey gets no credit from me because he's just reacting to something funny and interesting that Donald did.
That Donald did.
He didn't do anything there. So,
It wasn't his
Lindsey,
own idea.
you get a 0. You get an F from Professor Root, an F. Okay?
Uh-oh, he's in trouble. All right, here's my favorite video so far of the entire primary season. This one is for Carly Fiorina, and you asked me why personally I've never really had an affinity for the Donald, even though politically I do.
You like Carly?
No, I agree with what she says in this video.
All right.
How do you walk in those shoes?
Maybe we could restructure.
Here's an idea. How about we restructure?
Yes, great idea, Joanna. So how do you manage the work-life balance? You like to bake. How about you handle the cake for Gina's birthday? Is work less of a priority for you now? Does your wife help with the kids? Wow, are you going to eat all that yourself? Well, we shouldn't have too many men on the project. You know how that can be. I'm assuming you two can work together without getting catty.
And then I said, well, I didn't know that.
Look at you being funny. I didn't know men could be funny.
You get the idea. Now, Wayne, I call myself a professed sexist. I am. I am not a feminist, but you've got to admit that's funny.
It's funny, but here's my take on all of them.
Okay, be quick. We got like
The key
20
to
seconds.
Success is having a bigger-than-life personality without someone writing it for you.
Yeah.
And all of those are written scripts. None of them are really funny. Donald Trump, he's like me. He just makes it up as he goes along. Okay.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us, Wayne Allyn. We've got to get the book, The Power of Relentless, and maybe we'll all understand the Donald Trump phenomenon. Stay with us.